In this video, Srila Prabhupada describes why the British occupied India for such a long time.
They do not study all this science, why there are so many varieties of life, of different grades,
The living
where
entity,
from they are coming.
the living entity then in the tree is actually conscious of its condition of life.
Huh?
The living entity inside the tree is actually conscious of its condition of life.
Not advanced consciousness, but he's conscious.
Separate.
He feels.
It shocked a lot of people when they made the test of bringing a scissor to a plant and they put some electrodes on it and they found that the plant was reacting with fear.
Yeah. That machine has been discovered by Sir Jagadish Chandra Bose. He discovered this wireless telegram radio, but Marconi took from him and British government helped him. Britishers were advertising outside India that Indians are uncivilized, therefore we are making them civilized, that we should stay there, don't object. Because in United Nations they are asking why you are occupying India. But they used to forward this argument that these people are uncivilized, we are making them civilized. Now how there should be Sir Jagadish Chandra Bose? Yeah, therefore they used to suppress all it. Everything Indian wanted to do, they would suppress. Big business, with mining, they would suppress. This Morarji, Sumati Morarji, her father-in-law started that. He had to face so many impediments from the Britishers to start the shipping company. Formerly there was no shipping company in India. Now, before that there was not shipping company, but navigation was there from India to Rome, Greece and all Turkey. There is a regular business of spices and fine cloth. Later on, this large scale shipping industry, that was done by the Europeans. So when Indian wanted to start, they would suppress. The Tata iron industry, he had to face so many difficulties. Formerly, even if you wanted to bring some iron frame, it would come from Sheffield.
From where?
Sheffield.
Oh, England.
England. So everything Indian required, they would supply. And they would govern. And they would exploit. Therefore they became so rich. Simply by exploiting India and Indian soldiers, they expanded Empire, Africa, Burma, that's all Indian exploitation. Indian men, money and exploitation. As soon as they lost India, they lost whole empire.
Now they are also suffering.
Huh? That must be. They will be suffering more and more. They will be beggars. They have done so much sinful activities for expanding their empire. Now they will have to become beggars. And within 200 years everything finished. They started their exploitation from 18th century, and in the 20th century everything finished. The French people and the English people. This is also one of the examples. Both the nations came here to exploit. That was the competition in the French people and the English people. They would go for colonization, fight and stuff. America was also that. Canada, everywhere. But because they were their own men, they are given dominion status. Almost free.
Greedy.
Huh?
Very greedy.
At one time, all of Africa was controlled by the European nations.
Yes.
Completely.
Mainly this French. And,
French, British, Germans,
Dutch.
Portuguese, Dutch, Spanish.
In South Africa, the British also tried to take over South Africa. There was a war called the Boer War.
Yes.
So during World War I and World War II, many of the South Africans, they actually sided with the Germans because they were against the English so much.
African is black African. No?
No, South Africans, they were Europeans.
Oh.
The British started the first concentration camp. They took these Afrikaners, as they call them, Europeans. They put them on an island called St. Helena. That was actually the first concentration camp by the British.
Still, even the opposite party, they are not disgusted. This is material life is not very peaceful. They are not disgusted.
Now they're thinking we'll be independent.
Yeah, they are trying to be independent. And India, just like India has got independent, and now the position is emergency. They do not think in this way that independence or dependence were actually dependent under the laws of nature. That they do not think. They are thinking, the same example as I gave, that this boil is here, why not here? It is very painful. Like that. They have no sense that so-called dependence or independence, he is to suffer. That he does not know. Mura na bhijanat.